If you're a fragrance lover but you hate the price tag that comes along with it, guess what? You've come to the right channel. Around here, it's all about finding fragrances that make sense for everyone's budget. So, I'm going to do deep dives into reviews, clones, dupes, substitutes, the whole spectrum, just to make sure that whatever content I create works for everyone. If that sounds like something that interests you, sit back, click that like button, subscribe, and let's get into it. Okay, so it seems to me that everyone loves apples and bananas. Well, maybe not everyone, but the fragrance companies sure do. Lately, a lot of the fragrances that have been released have strong, either apple notes or alternatively, they're going in the banana direction. So I decided to go through a handful of samples and try to figure out what my top picks are in these realms. So sit back, enjoy, and let's get into it. All right, so I think really the most recent deep delve in, and it's really not that recent, it's probably within the past 4 years, came about when Kayali, and this is like my small bottle of it, introduced their Eat and Juicy Apple. Now, here's my thoughts on this. I have the little sample. I first bought this, I think, when it came out, and I was like, ooh, this is really pretty and refreshing. I liked it to have in my purse. I live in a very hot climate, and during the summer, you like to just give yourself some spritz, and it's just very clean, light, airy scent. Who doesn't love the smell of a crisp apple? However, it wasn't long before I got home from the store, and I was thinking to myself, this perfume, this is redundant. I've smelled this before. Yes, it does give herbal essences, shampoo energy, which is probably what attracted me to it in the first place. I mean, I have to be honest, I would never buy from this company. I find their price tags atrocious, and as time has progressed, everything I find that comes out from Kayali is incredibly derivative and just not particularly unique. It always involves the DNA of another fragrance that is out there. So, as I started racking my brain and thinking about it, it hit me like a flash. Guess what? Hello, Country Apple. This fragrance has been around. I don't even know how long this fragrance has been around. I have been using it since high school. I mean, this is a lovely body mist from Bath and Body Works that I am telling you, when I put these two together, I can't even delineate. And I have to be honest, this has a much greater longevity than this one does. It just does. It's fact. I mean, they really have some nerve charging what they charge for these bottles. It's just, you're paying for marketing, you're paying for packaging, and I have to be honest, in this day and age, where every dollar matters and every cent counts, that is not something I have any interest in doing. So for me, it's always about finding something similar, something with greater longevity, and just not breaking the bank, because I love fragrance. I like to try different fragrances, and I just don't want to spend a fortune in doing that. So for me, it just didn't work. This, on the other hand, is amazing. I will say the following: if you get this and you layer it with the body lotion and the body wash, you get a really nice 2, 3, 4 hours throughout the day. And at this price, usually Bath and Body Works does their buy 3 get 1 free. Hands down, it really is a no-brainer. It is, because the truth is yes, it's limited edition, and yes, there's only certain times of the year, but I will tell you this. Online right now, I was able to get myself a bottle because certain times a year, usually in the beginning of the fall, Bath and Body Works will release some of their classic fragrances. And by popular demand, they will re-release their certain fragrances. So it's not uncommon that when you get these, you can pick up a few and just have them on hand, because really, for the price, it can't be beat. And I am telling you, 1-to-1, mind-blowing. So that's Bath and Body Works Country Apple, Kayali Eat and Juicy Apple. I mean, I have it. I used about half of it. I'm sure I'll finish it, but definitely not a repurchase for me. Do not like the company, do not like the whole thing. It's just not my cup of tea. Up next is honestly probably my favorite of all the apple fragrances out there. And this, everyone, is Badee Al Oud, and it is by Lattafa. And this fragrance, to me, wow. I can wear this all the time. I never get tired of it. To me, this is like fresh out of the shower clean. It's just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful apple. But it's not a basic apple. It has like just such a juicy, lovely smell to it, but it's also sophisticated. Whereas some people may complain, oh, Bath and Body Works, it smells like, a tween and this and that, and I'm not going to be wearing the same perfume. No, this actually is beautiful, and I have no problem with this. I will wear this any day over Kayali or the other ones out there. But I will say that of all the apple fragrances out there, hands down, in terms of longevity, in terms of silage, this to me is just beautiful. I think when I purchased this, it was probably about $29 on Amazon, and for like 3.4 ounces, you're not going to go wrong with this. So that is Lattafa's Badee, and it is just a beautiful, beautiful, juicy apple fragrance. Now I also have two more as my runners up, because over time, I'm very into the apple scent. I can wear this year round, and I will, like, full disclaimer, am I not a crazy, crazy gourmand? I do love my vanillas, but they're very specific, and we'll get into that in another review. But that being said, my apples, I am an apple lover. Sorry, I don't even know what's going on with my hair. It's just crazy town. So let's just ignore that for a second. So another apple fragrance that I happened upon, and I think I paid maybe $20 for this on Amazon, is Tufa, and it's called Luniche. Now, I heard about this from another influencer, and I have to say, like, it's a very, very pretty, light, juicy apple in the same vein as all these guys. However, this one is interesting to me because it has a little bit of a muskiness to it, which both elevates it, makes it a little more sophisticated, and I want to say is like a little bit older, more mature. It's not that it's, the musk overwhelms it. It's just that it kind of enhances it, or gives like a little more complexity to what would ordinarily be your regular apple scent. That being said, I like it. I do like it a lot. Of them all, it's probably my least favorite. I will say that still it lasts a lot longer than my Kayali. It just does. And I'm not mad at it. I don't have a problem with it. It's just, of all of them out there, not my favorite. And my last and final in my apple discovery set is Aura Kiss of a Rose. Now, by Lattafa. And I will say the following about this. This is not at all what you expect this to be. You look at this, it gives off like this very, I'm not going to say masculine because that would be strange. It gives off like a dark vibe. Like, I would say this reminds me of like the Versace, the Crystal Noir, I believe it is, where you kind of have like this dark bottle and it has like this air of mystery about it, and you're just kind of like, ooh, this is going to be dark, maybe a little spicy, or like, I don't know. I didn't really know what to expect. Everyone's like, oh, this is 100% a great dupe for Kayali Juicy Apple. And I looked at it and I was like, I don't know. No way. Let me tell you. This is a great dupe for Kayali Eden Juicy Apple. It just is. It's a beautiful, beautiful scent. The longevity is, I don't know, I get maybe like 2 or 3 hours out of it before I have to reapply. But that being said, I don't hate it. I mean, I like the fact that, listen, for the price, you can't go wrong. It's a beautiful bottle. It is mysterious. It's just, it looks nice. I have no problem with it. It's heavy. The cap is nice. No issues whatsoever. And for the price range, listen, if you have one, do you need all three? No. If you have this, do you need anything else? Absolutely not. To me, hands down, this is my favorite. 100%. And what I would say is this. If you get this and you get your hands on one, which I think they're readily available, like I don't really think it's an issue. The one thing I will say is like, I feel like the bottle is like a little bit, whatever, I can live with it. But what I like is that throughout the day, you can like refresh using this, and it really doesn't compete, it just only enhances. So That being said, I think that of all my picks, this followed up by this. And also, like, if you want to use country apple lotion, etc., you will not be disappointed. Okay, guys, so that covers the apples. I also want to mention to note that Ellis Brooklyn Love Apple, also a very beautiful fragrance. Like, I really, really like that one too. It's again in the same vein as these other scents. My biggest issue with it is the price tag. Like, I think it's absurd for what it is. I think it retails, I don't know, I saw it at Sephora probably like for $125, and it's not even like a 3.4. And it really, really, really has zero longevity. Like, you could spray it on, and by the time you leave the store, it's gone. And it's disappointing because the bottle itself is beautiful. The same thing I would say with Kayali. The bottle is beautiful. I just don't like the fact that for the price range, for their target market, which I think is, younger girls, that these perfumes are so inaccessible, unaffordable, and they really are very derivative. Like, everyone wants them, but once they get their hands on it, they're like, ooh, this smells like something I've smelled before. And that's fundamentally my issue with these companies, is like, if you're gonna charge what you're gonna charge, do something amazing. Like, blow my socks off. None of these are doing it. And that's why, like, when given the option, I'm choosing this. That's it. Simple. Okay. Now, another point to note. Bananas, like, are going crazy. They're going bananas these days. I have not yet gotten my hands on Lattafa's Eclair Banafe, which is a banana scented version of Lattafa's OG Eclair, which is a considered to be inspired by Bianco Latte. So haven't touched that yet. Heard good things. I'm waiting for my order to come from Amazon, and I will give updated details. So that's my hold for that second on that banana fragrance. Okay, so delving into my number one banana fragrance. Not my number one pick. Let me be very, very clear about that. This is like one of the weirdest, cringiest fragrances I've ever smelled. I usually don't blind buy. I blind bought because I was like, you know what, for the price, if the banana note is good, I think I paid, at the time this came out, probably $20 for it. And I was like, the bottle is cute. I thought when I saw it online, and I heard nothing but great things from all these influencers, which I want to go back to for a second. Just because someone tells you a perfume is fantastic, myself included, but I promise you, I'm not influenced by anyone. No one is paying me. There's no advertising in this. If I get something through PR, I am telling you the truth, because I don't want you spending money that you don't have to spend simply because you're influenced to do it. Of all the fragrances out there, I will say, like, this is the one time I blind bought a fragrance and I was just like, I don't know about this one. And it was from someone that I generally trust in terms of their reviews and like their perceptions of like how things smell. I don't know. Maybe this is, this is probably, I've had this almost a year. Maybe it just needs some more time, or maybe it just needs to be layered. I don't know. It's just strange to me. And that is Summer Bliss by House of Gourmand. Now, this is supposed to be, and I'm going to spray it out again so I can give you guys a sense. It's interesting because when I spray it now, I don't hate it as much as when I originally did. To me, right now, and I guess this is almost a year later after I purchased it and had time to let it kind of sit and what they say macerate, I don't know. I don't even know like if I buy into this whole perfume needs to macerate. I will say like vanilla over time evolves, gets deeper, darker. You can see like in your fragrance bottles when it starts to get that darkness to it. It definitely lends itself to something deeper, more unique, more, flavorful, and perhaps more interesting. To me, that's not what this does. Like, I don't know why this to me has like this weird popcorny note. I don't even know how to describe it. It's supposed to have like this banana split type of energy around it, but it literally smells to me like this is akin to, I want to say, like when you're eating jelly belly beans and there's like, you get the mix and then you get accidentally, because you thought it was something else, that buttered popcorn jelly bean, and it's just like, that is what this is. I'm sorry, but it then like kind of smooths out and you get this very like comforting, warm, maybe slightly vanilla note. Now here's the weird thing. I don't have an original, and I'll do this in another episode of, the Cirque du Soleil Eau de Parfum. I only have, the Dua Fragrance Brown Influence one, and I also have, an oil that I got elsewhere, and I'll get into that as well. But there is something about this scent which makes me feel like if I perhaps layered it with an apple scent, I would get something more akin to the Cirque du Soleil energy. Not necessarily identical, but reasonably close, because I find that a lot of people in their reviews on that fragrance, and I digress, but I'm just getting into that for a second to show more practical uses for this in case you do own it or are considering purchasing it and don't like the price tag, by the way, that comes along with the Cirque du Soleil perfume, which is egregiously expensive. You may find, that by layering these two, you get something more of what you were looking for from the OG. So people have complained that the original doesn't, like they expect it or they want it to have this popcorny, buttery note, and it just kind of flicks off like right after the first spray. Like you smell the kernels, you smell that popcorn, and then it's just kind of gone. Now, it's my understanding that the OG has a more authentic, natural popcorn smell, like when you're literally smelling the kernels popping, versus this, which is like more buttery popcorn. But needless to say, I don't think if you layer, like let's say these two, or, kiss these two, you're gonna hate it. Which sounds weird, but like, hear me out. It's kind of capturing a little bit of the essence of both in a much more subtle and also quite affordable way. So just throwing it out there, something to think about. Again, House of Gourmand, Banana Bliss. If you're looking for that buttery popcorn note, give it a whirl. If you're looking for like a banana split scent, this is not your girl. It's just not. I'm sorry. Like, I will say they make one that's, I think, like a tiramisu, no, a speculoos or something like that. That I like a lot better. I will address that in another review. But this, for me, was not it. I just, and I know other reviewers absolutely love this. It wasn't me. The end. We're moving on. Okay, so here's another one, which to me seems really weird and I don't get it, but I absolutely love it. And the price tag like annoys me, like I can't even get into, but hear me out for a second. This is Marc Jacobs Daisy Wild. Now, I didn't happen upon this because of the banana fragrance. I will tell you why I happened upon this. Back in, let's say, the early 90s, there used to be a Betsy Johnson fragrance. It was like her OG fragrance. It came in a little round bottle, and it had what appeared to be like these hand-painted flowers on it. It was really cute. It was a vibe, think like 90s goth Betsy Johnson boutique store. It was just a really nice, little bit incensey, like fun fragrance. It's gone. It's gone. I've looked online. I've seen people on eBay like selling bottles of it. I had kept my original bottle of it since high school all these years, and of course it had disappeared in the past few years in a move. So I do not have it, but I vividly would take it out from time to time because for me it's just pure nostalgia. It's just a beautiful, beautiful fragrance, and I just love it. Like it brings me comfort. It's just fun. I've never felt like it went out of style. In the late 90s, I was an intern for Badee Johnson. So for me, it just has like just good vibes around it. Haven't smelled anything really similar to it since. I think she came out maybe in the early 2000s, maybe with something it was called like Hello Girlfriends or something. I don't know. It smelled maybe a little similar, but not really like it. It was just not it. Like that original perfume was it. I picked this up, and I am telling you, I don't know what it is in it. I tried to find the notes of the original, but to me, this is like as spot on to date as I've ever gotten to that original fragrance. And like, it has the adorable flowers, which I have a both love and hate for it. Like if you have limited storage space for your fragrances and you are a lover and collector of perfumes, like compared to the other Marc Jacobs bottles, this is not nearly as obnoxious, but it's still reasonably obnoxious. Like it's adorable, but it takes up space, and I wish it just could be sleeker. That's my one complaint. But the fragrance itself is gorgeous. So what does this have to do with bananas, you say? Apparently this has banana notes in it, which is both unique, intriguing, and I honestly don't smell. Like to me, if I was spraying this, I would say it's like a very springy, light, incensey floral, but not incensey like you envision yourself like walking into Utopia and buying Grateful Dead patches. No, like incensey in terms of like just a very elegant, I don't know, it's just a beautiful, beautiful fragrance. I do not smell the banana, but I had to give the banana credit since we were talking about banana fragrances today. And again, price tag, no thank you. However, I do know that like when Sephora has its VIP sale and it has its Rouge sale or whatever that is, and it's 20 off, this would be something I would definitely recommend picking up because it's a beautiful timeless fragrance, like in a nutshell. And I can't say that about a lot of stuff out there, but I guess maybe I'm considering it timeless because it's so reminiscent of the Badee Johnson scent, or not. It just stands on its own. I really, really do enjoy this fragrance and highly recommend it. Coming up in my third slot, I have Dua Brown's It's Creamy Bananas a Maui. So obviously this is inspired by Kayali's what is it, vacay in a bottle, Sweet Bananas of Maui, I think that's what it's called. Now that I've smelled in the store, originally when it came out, I think it only came out in travel sizes. So this, to me, was pretty much the same size. I thought, obviously, for the size, I was not even contemplating spending the money, and also for the price. That being said, I have had the opportunity to go into the store and smell both of them one-to-one. And I will say that the longevity on this one far exceeds the longevity of the OG. So if you are looking for, it's not a straight up like banana runts Laffy Taffy smell. It is a much more sophisticated musky. It gives vacay vibes, but it is not really like, I think it's supposed to be like a very ripened sweet banana, and there's that musky undertone to it. So yes, it has banana, but I would not consider this to be like, if you're looking for a real photorealistic banana fragrance, this would not be it. it just wouldn't be. I still have yet to find, and like I said, I'm waiting on this Banafe from Lattafa. And I also want to smell, I think it's called Nanotopia, which is supposed to be like a very photorealistic banana bread fragrance. So I'm curious to see how those compare. And again, this one, you could pick up. Dua has like these sales where, I don't know, it's 30% off some weekends. It depends. Like, this is not going to break the bank. You get a decent amount of juice in your bottle, and for the price, like, it does the job. It definitely will give you a pretty close one-to-one of the original. So highly recommend. It's Creamy Bananas and Maui 37. And then, guys, hold on, let me just grab a drink. And then, my last but not least. So this probably, because again, I'm going to go back to the Daisy Marc Jacobs, the Daisy Wild, sorry. I don't consider it to be a banana fragrance. So if I had to pick like within the realm of my favorite banana fragrances, this wouldn't be it, because to me it's just a beautiful floral. So taking a step back for a second, when I have to pick of my overall banana fragrances, my number one, and has been for a very long time, and like, I don't like the price tag. However, I did pick this up on the Walmart site and it was substantially cheaper. I think I paid within like the $64 range for the big bottle. So I don't know, it could be anywhere. It depends. You could check Joma's shop. You could check a lot of the other sites. Just make sure you're getting from a legit, reputable seller. But that being said, this to me is like Hawaiian Tropic. Like, I don't know how else to describe it. It's a beautiful vanilla banana gourmand. It is not banana heavy. It's not sunscreeny, which I know a lot of people complain about. It just is a beautiful, it's not coconutty, it's not overly vanillic. It's just very smoothly blended into what I would describe as like really the scent of like applying Hawaiian Tropic lotion. And for that reason alone, like, I think when all is said and done, and if I had to pick my favorite banana to date, I still have others to smell, this hands down would be it. So I think I'm going to follow up this review, obviously, when I get my hands on the Lattafa, and also when I get my hands on the Nanotopia, which is that banana bread smell. And if you have any other comments or suggestions as to other banana fragrances you would like to hear me review, or that you like or you would recommend, feel free to comment below. I look forward to hearing from all of you. And until the next time, keep smelling good.
You did amazing.
You think? I think I got